What's up YouTube? This is Print Practical, and today we're going to talk about 3 different ways that you can use your 3D printer to make you some money. Now, the quality of a consumer grade 3D printer has been significantly increasing over the last few years. Products like this Bambu Lab P1S have made it very affordable to get high quality prints right at home. But these things do cost a decent chunk of change. This P1S AMS combo I bought about 9 months ago for around $1,000, which is a decent amount of money for a hobby. But if we could use it to make back a few dollars, then maybe it'll pay itself off over time. The 3 topics that we're going to cover today around making money with your 3D printer is 3D printing as a service, 3D printing as a product, and then content creation. 3D printing as a service. Now, what I mean by that is that you have a customer or a family member or a friend who wants to print out a 3D model and they have the model file already. They just need somebody with a 3D printer to actually execute the model and hand them the 3D print. There's a few concepts around 3D printing as a service that I want to cover. The first is advertising. It really depends on how legit you want to be. For me personally, I spread everything through word of mouth. It's really just my family members, friends, or friends of friends that want something printed. They can come to me to get that done, and they know that I'm going to ensure the high quality product that I can produce out of these printers. Another route that you could go is advertising on Facebook Marketplace or Facebook in general, any other social media platform. You can use this to try and acquire a customer base that wants to use your services for 3D printing, or you could go to the top end of the legitimate scale and actually start a 3D printing business. Most likely you're going to have to acquire a bunch of these printers so that you can do high volume. So the point of this video is to make some money, right? So you did your advertising, you have a few people lined up or a few family friends lined up. How much do you charge them for your services? So let's talk about a few elements of your pricing structure that you can use in order to come up with the total price for the customer. One common element is to have a base price. It could be $5, and that's just the fee that you charge for doing a little bit of consulting. You know, your customer is going to send you a model. You might want to talk to them about support structure, how that might affect the look of the model, any type of post printing work that you may want to do to the model to ensure that you get the highest quality model to the customer. Different things like that, but you know, there's other things to think about, you know, printer, energy consumption, maintenance costs, things that you might want to add into a base price. Another element is materials. You can either include that in the base price, but you know, everybody's models are going to be different and have different material usage. Are you going to use multiple colors? There's a certain amount of waste associated with that. So you could charge a certain amount per gram of what the slicer says it's going to use, or you can just say you're going to pay for a full roll. I've had a few friends ask me to print things for them, and usually I don't charge them anything, but I'll say just cover a roll of material. I usually buy some cheap PLA for $12 or something like that, and they'll pay that, and then I'll print as much as they want with that roll. Another element is time. Time is money. You know, even if a model doesn't use a ton of materials, it might take a ton of time, whether it's switching colors in the print. We know that that adds like 6 or 7 hours sometimes to even the smallest prints. So that is another element that you can use in your pricing structure. So between base price, materials, and time, you can usually use a good combination of all 3 of those or a few of those to come up with a decent pricing structure. You can do whatever you want, structure it however you want. You know, the cheaper you go, the more customers you may attract, and etc. So you're going to have to just play around. It's kind of, you know, a business at that point. So you have to play around with supply and demand and see what works out best for you. Printing as a product. And what I mean by that is that you already have a model, whether you acquired it from some other content creator and you paid them for it, or you found it online somewhere and it has the proper license that allows you to resell it. You take that model and you can create a storefront where you print it out on your own printer and then you ship it to the customer when they buy it. Now, if you're like me and you do a lot of 3D design work yourself, you can make your own designs. Like for instance, this is my headphone clamp that I designed. So I could easily put up a storefront where I could sell this for, you know, real cheap, $5, $10 maybe, somebody's willing to pay for it. And it only cost me less than $1 to make this product. Once again, with this strategy, there's a little bit of marketing in play, right? How do you advertise your storefront, or how do you advertise to people that you sell these products? And that could go anywhere from Facebook ads or Facebook Marketplace listings, or any type of other social media to get the word out there that you're selling these things. Now, please make sure that you have the permission to sell the models that you're selling. I see a lot of complaints on Reddit of people getting their model files stolen and sold at different stores, and that's just super not cool, so don't do that. And finally, let's talk about something that I know a little bit about: content creation. You may find this section in the video very interesting. I'm going to share some personal details on what kind of money I make from videos that I create, and it's a viable option if you're trying to make a little extra side cash with your 3D printer. So let's go over some of my specific videos, and I'll show you, how much time did I put into them, how many views do they have, and how much money they're actually making me. One quick thing to mention is, if you're looking to make money on YouTube doing long form content like I do, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers with 4,000 watch hours within the last year in order to be eligible for the program to make money. Let's start with one of the videos I made on how to swap your hot end nozzle on an Ender 3v2. I had an Ender 3v2, I just needed to swap the nozzle. I was like, why not film it, put it on YouTube, see if it gets any traction. The video has a total of 5.9 thousand views. And like I said, this is something that was quick, easy, and I just put it up on the internet because I was doing it anyway. And this video has made a total of $22.60 to this point in time. So this next video, around 300 or so of you have subscribed from it, and it's compiling Marlin for an Ender series printer. This video took me a lot of effort because, one, I had to go and configure Marlin for my Ender 3v2, along with walking you through exactly how I configured it, doing all the zooming, making sure all the parameters were easy to see. And this video took me, probably an hour or so to film, hours of editing to make it worth people's time to help them through compiling Marlin. This video has a total of 45.5 thousand views, which is pretty decent. It's one of my more higher tier videos, and I've made a total of $144 off of that video. And the last video I want to talk about, which I've gained about 300 subscribers from, is this first time printing TPU on my Ender 3 Pro. This video was very easy to film. I actually thought that it was not a very good video, but it has 71.5 thousand views on it and a total of $292 income from that video alone. So as you can see, content creation is a viable way to make some money with your 3D printer, because some of this stuff you might just be doing as a hobby. And if you film it and you put a little bit of effort in doing some editing and stuff like that, it can make you some money to fund the hobby a little bit more. So that's gonna be it for this one. How about you go out, make a little bit of money with your 3D printer, put any questions or comments down below. I'm a little bit more open than other YouTubers, as you can see from the content in this video. I was showing you, how much I earn off of YouTube videos, which is not very much, by the way, compared to other content creators, but it's something to fund the hobby. Let me know if you have any suggestions in the future. Like the video, subscribe. Thanks for watching.